Well, hello there to all the patrons and all the latecomers as well. And incidentally, if you are a latecomer and you don't want to be anymore and you want to help support the channel, you can click that link you see down below to kick me a couple of bucks every month. It really helps out the channel. And of course, patrons, thank you. We just did taxes and y'all are helping. You really are. So that's all I'll say. I will shut up and we'll get to the rum. Today, I'm going to review yet another Alambique Serrano. And, I've been feeling like maybe I have been reviewing too many Alambique Serranos, but I'm going to own it. I'm just going to own it because last year, everyone else on the YouTubes and the rum review scene lost their mind over what the Krassel family in Oaxaca have been doing with cane juice rum. And that's great, but I lost my mind over what the Krassel family in Oaxaca was doing with cane juice rum like 3 years ago when I tried a little sample of Cañada and then immediately went to Moreno's and bought myself the liter jug of the stuff. So I'm a little bit of a Krassel hipster. I was into them before it was cool. So I'm going to keep reviewing their stuff because it's good. And so I did a whole bunch of blends and casks and stuff recently, and they were all pretty good. But my favorite bottling of theirs so far is still the Cartier 30, the big honkin' column still. They call it a Krassel still product at over 70% alcohol. Today we're going to see if we can beat that because I've been told by a very kind soul who also donated a sample that I need to try this. Alambique Serrano Cartier 30 Batch 2. This should be just hitting shelves, and it is even stronger than the first batch. This is 71.4% alcohol by volume. Do not light a match near this. So once again, calm distilled cane juice. I think it's their Java varietal from Oaxaca. But it needs a sparring partner. You know what? I'm going to switch these around. We're going to do the Alambique second. It needs a sparring partner because I don't want to break out the original bottle of Alambique of Cartier 30. That doesn't seem fun enough. So let's do something new. Let us also review Dillon. You son of a bitch. Dillon Brut de Colonne from Martinique. Now, Dillon is kind of a victim of the continual flux of the Martinician distilling scene. If you look on Google Maps, it really, really seems like the distillery is just now closed. They had a distillery in, what is the town? Fort something. Fort-de-France, which is kind of central west coast of Martinique. But they seem, at least according to internet information, they seem to have moved production over to their sister distillery, Depaz, further northwest in Saint Pierre. And that's a shame. I mean, I never like to see distilleries close. But what's not a shame is you can go out and buy this absolute monster of a still strength Agricole Blanc. So let's try these. Not a whole lot of information on this bottle, but the main thing you need to know is Agricole Blanc from Martinique, 71.3% alcohol by volume. Let's start there. All right. Dillon Brut de Colonne on the nose. I mean, so it's very nippy. That's not a surprise. And it really, I mean, this just smells like a textbook Martinician Agricole Blanc, honestly. I am getting lemon peel, lime peel, some blossoms, but also really intense minerality to this, like crushed seashells. Classic cane juice note, hippie toothpaste. That really distinctive combination of fennel and mint that you smelled on your first roommate in college. That's in here. It's not a hugely complex nose, but it's hitting all the bases pretty darn well. And frankly, it at over 70% alcohol, like, I'm used to noses being a little bit reserved. Like, everything is still in solution right now. So we're going to add a little bit of water to this in a second. Okay, there's some mango coming out. That's pretty nice. More flowers. Kind of some dried flowers now. What is that? A little bit of gooseberry as well. So we're really on the lemon lime minerality hippie toothpaste side of things. Oh, and some brininess too. A little bit of sea air. Yeah, very, very classic. I am probably not missing French Caribbean in a blind on this, on the palate. I mean, it's a cliche at this point to taste something that is like stupidly strong and then to say, well, it doesn't taste like it's at this strength. But really, this one doesn't. Like, there's a nip. There's definitely some nip on this. There's certainly some white pepper happening. But this is pretty drinkable at strength, honestly. Like, It's not making me flinch. It is about as smooth as 71% can be. Flavor-wise, what are we getting? Lemon bars, a little bit of lime peel, key lime peel. I mean, a lot of the same notes, honestly. You've got the slight brininess, touch of olive, green olive. The hippie toothpaste thing is in play. Minerality, wet stones, crushed sea shells. This is super yummy. The mango, little touch of papaya as well. Some chalk, which I don't hate. And the mouth presence is very, very good. Like, this is, it's not hurt by the strength. The strength is adding an oiliness to this more so than like an aggressive alcohol nip. So it really covers the mouth pretty darn well. Yeah, it's really like, getting back there. We're getting some mouth length on this. Oh. And how? Definitely some white pepper, a little touch of ginger in there too. Covers the mouth pretty well, lingers pretty well. Good mouth presence. The only thing I really want to ding this on is complexity. It's hitting a lot of note categories, but it's not. I don't feel like this is digging too deep. This is not a super duper deep rum, at least not at this point. We'll give it some water, come back to it, but it is very, very delicious. Before I got myself in trouble with sheer inebriation, I would happily drink this neat. So we're going to add some water to this and see what happens. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get at least a 7 on this. 6, 7. Ooh, it's getting sweeter. Let's do 8. I'll stop myself at 8. This is pretty good. I mean, I know I brought it in here just as a sparring partner for the AS, but this is pretty yummy, and it's not too expensive if you can get it off a European retailer. But now, what we are all here for, the Alambique Serrano Cartier 30, batch number 2, from the Krassel family, distilled on the Krassel still. 71.4%. Hello. Now here's something I didn't expect to say. This smells like a mezcal. I mean, legitimately, like this smells. I mean, the first thought that comes to mind is some of the ancestral method clay distilled mezcals that I've tried, particularly like the Tio Pedro's come to mind. There's like a pickled fruit aspect to this. I don't know if you could pickle watermelon slices, but this smells kind of like what that might smell like. Yeah, okay. Pickled watermelon, pickled mango. We are still on mango. What is that? Like a strawberry note. You hand this to me blind. Like, we haven't tried it yet on the palate, but on the nose, I don't think I would call this a rum. Florals, light florals happening. What kind of florals? Dried flowers, a little touch of rose water. I'm excited. This is fun. It does not smell like the first batch. This is not to say that the first batch didn't also get into kind of pickly territory at some points, but this doesn't even on the nose it doesn't register as a rum anymore. Okay, some olive creeping through. What is that? Like pickled plum? Like muddled mint, muddled basil. Okay, there is some fennel creeping through. The fennel might give it away. Fennel is really a rum note. White pepper. But yeah, less peppery than I remember batch 1 being. And certainly some minerality in this too. Kind of minerality? Hard to say. Gravel, roadside gravel, something like that. But really, it's the pickled fruit aspect of this, which is really, really front and center. Fascinating. I am really curious to try this on the palate. Oh. Well, that'll wake you up. So it is showing its strength more so than the Dillon is. The Dillon is more of a smooth operator. Coast to coast. I won't. This is just, but this has a lot more complexity. Right away, there is like a cane syrup thing on this, which would probably, nudge me towards thinking, oh, maybe this is a rum after all, if this was a blind. We're still carrying on with that, a lot of that pickled fruit thing, though. So it's cane syrup with pickled mango and pickled watermelon, maybe some pickled regular watermelon as well, or regular melon as well. Some I I don't know, wet, freshly cut grass, but also some flowers in there as well, like just tossed flowers. Oh, yeah. Some candy, gummy worms. Lots more minerality on the palate, is actually. Mixed rocks, chalk, again. Okay, these two have the chalk thing in common. That's cool. This is fabulous. It really comes across as some kind of like, imagine rivers and like an ancestral clay distilled Oaxacan mezcal, like fell in love and had a child together. And this is kind of that energy. Fennel, basil, mint. A little glob of like dark honey on this, like a little bit of forest honey, maybe. And there is this like right in the middle in the mid palate, there's this little blip of like chalk dust. It's like there, and then it kind of gets sucked up again. This is really interesting. I think we're gonna add some water, but I think I like this better. I think I like this better than batch one, and I liked batch one a lot. Oh yeah. I mean, there's just like in addition to everything else, there is a little bit of like a cane grunge aspect of this, which you'll see it in like in Clarence. Vival comes to mind. Vival has a lot of grunge beyond just cane grunge. Like, but if you took Vival and you subtracted the crazy basil and tomatoey notes, like some of that raw, like chopped up cane thing, that's in here. I like this a lot. I'm not as easy a drinker as the Dillon, but I'm not hugely surprised by that. The one objection you could probably bring against the original Cartier 30, the batch one, was maybe not that sessionable at the end of the day. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do 7 on this too. We will kick it up to 8. That's fascinating. I mean, it certainly tastes Oaxaca. Like I'm not missing Oaxaca on the in a blind, but I think I might miss a rum. Back to the Dillon. I gotta say, up until like 10 seconds ago, my palate felt fine, but now pulling up this glass again, I can feel my palate just going, Jesus, give me a break for a second, pal. But no, we're gonna finish this off. Okay. Water has broken out more minerality. We're getting more seashells and chalk dust on this. And we've gone really from lemon lime to almost like a lime candy kind of thing. So, does Jolly Makers make like a lime flavor? If it did, this is kind of what it would smell like. But if you covered it in seashells and chalk dust. Hippie toothpaste is still there, though. I hope I didn't overwater this. I don't think I did. But it feels like the nose is... It's mineraled up, and it's gotten a little bit more candied, but I feel like it's lost some detail. We've lost some focus, maybe, on the palate. Still very yummy, though. Water, again, kicks up more black pepper, but also more chalk. And I'm okay with that. This is nice. Even kind of brought down in strength. This has really impressive mouth presence. It's one of the problems you run into with some of the, I don't know what the word is. Some of the less sport-bred, thoroughbred Agricole Blancs in the French Caribbean, they tend to have presence problems, particularly in length. This one does not. This one is really covering up my whole palate. It's hanging on, and it's getting back to my tonsils, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, similar things to on the nose. More pepper, more chalk, and the citrus elements have really transitioned over to like lime candy. A little bit of lemon candy. But it still has the olive, the sea salt, the heavy toothpaste. This is very good. It gets lots of points on lots of things. But I do think, well, okay. Issues? I honestly think this was better without water. Or even a hair bit more drinkable without water. It just had, I like the oiliness for the full strength version of this. And it's just not that complex at the end of the day. But I'm still going to give it a pretty darn good score because I think this is a pretty darn good rum. And you're certainly getting your money's worth at 71.3%. I'm going to call this an 87 minus. So do be aware, it doesn't like water, but I think it would make an absolutely fabulous, mind-splittingly strong tea punch if you wanted to go there. Let's move on. Oh God, my palate is howling. Okay, back to the Alambique. On the nose. We calm down a little bit. Okay, so you still got a little bit of that pickled fruit thing, but now we're starting to bring in, well, I'm starting to get cane syrup. A little bit of cane syrup, a little bit of like baked tomato or fried green tomato maybe. Just a little bit coming through. And more hippie toothpaste, more fennel, more mint, more basil as well. Now it is starting to smell more like rum. We still got that kind of like clay distilled mezcal kind of thing going on in the background. Like that's still definitely an element in this, in play. But now that we've proved it down, we're more comfortably in rum territory. I mean, it really does feel in some ways like an imaginary halfway point between rivers and the backwoods of Oaxaca, where you get distillation in clay jars. And by the way, I know some people out there just heard that and said, "Oh my God, I need to buy this right now." And you are correct. You do need to buy this right now. Let's see what happens in the palate, though. Oh, fabulous. That is fabulous. The Choctaws thing on the mid palate is still there. And on first sip, not on first sip, but on first thought, I was like, "Uh-oh, is that like an off note?" But it isn't. Like if it's it's definitely prominent, but it really, especially if you give it a second and a second sip, it just integrates beautifully into the texture. So we've got an arrival on cane syrup. Go buy yourself some steens if you don't have steens already. It's on Amazon. Get yourself a can. Decant your can of steens into some mason jars or whatever you have available, because you shouldn't be pouring out of a can on your pancakes. That's just uncivilized. Buy some steens anyways. Cane syrup, the pickled fruit thing, intense white pepper, but not as much as the first batch of this stuff. Olive, fennel, well, hippie toothpaste broadly. Mint, fennel, basil. And then the kick of chalk dust, but it's just kind of like playing around with all the other notes pretty darn well. Some other minerality too, just some gravel. This is fabulous. This is one of the best cane juice rums I've had in a long time. Not a long time, but a considerable time. A non-zero time. Oh, the detail. There's some florals in this too. You got flowers. We've also got some flower stems. What this brings, beyond what this brings, is complexity. I still feel like the Dillon might be an easier sipper in some respects, but this just has so much more going on, so much more depth and dimension, and I really like it. And I'm stuck. Do I give this a 90 or a 90 plus? One more time. I'm gonna give this a 90 plus. This is fabulous. Hold on. 90 plus. I can't do basic things today. Yeah, wow. So, kind person who sent me this sample, and you know who you are. You're correct. I needed to try this. This is fabulous. This is fabulous. It's a really phenomenal example of what cane juice rum can do. 91 plus for this, but at the same time, don't overlook the little Dillon if you see it in a online retail store. 87 minus, it doesn't respond that well to water, but it will T-punch like a champ, I guarantee it. And it's really quite pleasant drinking at strength. So that is the video. Hey, we're in under half an hour. Thanks for watching. And yeah, cheers.